Hello everyone. Today we are going to start our new chapter, chapter number 4, major landforms. As you know that our earth is going on changing regularly. Now these changes, some changes are visible directly due to volcanic eruptions or earthquakes, but some changes are very slow. We may not notice them directly, but after million of years ago or after thousands of years ago, we can notice those changes. Now these changes on the surface of the earth can take place due to two processes. First is the process of weathering. Now what is weathering? Weathering is the breaking up of rocks into various pieces. So weathering is the first process through which landforms may change. Second process is the erosion. Now wearing away of rock material from one place to another place with the help of air, wind or ice is known as erosion. Now this erosion you can see in your areas also. When wind moves, you can notice very fine particles of soil. They get eroded from one place and settled at another place. So erosion and deposition, these are the two processes which goes simultaneously. Today in this chapter, we will read about the landforms made by the rivers, by the glaciers and by the ice. First are the landforms made by the rivers. Now we know that rivers are the major source of weathering and erosion. River, the place from where the river starts is known as the source of the river, and the place where river ends is known as the mouth of the river. So from the origin to the end, river passes through three main stages: the upper stage, the middle stage and the lower stage. So in the upper stage, river forms various landform features. First feature which river forms in its upper stage is V-shaped valley. Now V-shaped valley is formed due to the erosional work of the river. It results in widening and deepening of the river. Now it appears like the V letter of English, so it is named as V-shaped valley. Second feature formed by the river in its upper part is the gorge. Gorge is a very deep and narrow valley where the river flows. Third feature formed by the river is the waterfall. You may have seen waterfalls when you may visit some places in your summer vacations. Like you must have visited Kempty Falls near Mussoorie or some other falls. India's largest waterfall is Jog Fall, which is situated in Karnataka. So waterfall, it is a vertical falling of water steeply down the valley. When water of a river steeply fall down, that feature is formed or known as the waterfall. Now when river enters its second course, it means when river enters in plain areas, the speed of the river slow down and water is spread in the bigger areas. That's why the river takes U-turns. It forms S-like features. These are the bends or loops of the river which are known as the meanders. Oxbow lakes are also formed in the second feature. Oxbow lake is a cut off of meander from the main river. Now you can see that river changed its path. Remaining part, this part cuts from the main river and it leads to a formation of a lake, a crescent shaped lake. That's why it is known as the Oxbow Lake. Third feature, which is formed in the middle course of the river, is floodplains. Now, floodplains are the deposition of soil by the river due to heavy rains. When heavy rain comes, river banks, the water flows from the river banks and get accumulated in the side paths. After many years, this part is raised and give way to floodplains. Next feature formed is the levees. Levees are the raised river banks. These are the raised river banks. Because of the deposition, after many years, these features are formed. Now, when river enters into its last course, that is third stage, it forms distributaries. Distributaries, as it is clear from its name, to distribute, means at the mouth of the river, river water gets distributed into various channels like this. These are the distributaries of a river. So various channels of water at the mouth of the river are known as distributaries. After distributaries, near the mouth of the river also form deltas. These are triangular shaped landform features formed at the mouth of the river. This triangular shaped landform feature is known as delta. Now, some rivers do not form delta. At the mouth, some rivers form estuary. Now, estuary is a narrow funnel-shaped single mouth opening of a river. When river enters into the sea water with the single mouth entry, that feature is known as an estuary. Now next is the landforms made by sea waves. As we know that a river do the erosional work, same is done by the sea waves also. Sea waves also perform erosional and depositional features and various landforms are formed. First feature formed by the sea waves are the sea cliffs. These are steep vertical rock walls facing the seas. So, in the sea, when the sea water cuts off the rocks, then their sides are vertical. So, these are known as, these vertical side rock pieces are known as sea cliffs. Next are the sea caves. These sea caves are the disintegration of rocks due to continuous striking of the sea waves. When sea waves regularly strike towards the sea cliff, the down part of the sea cliff gets eroded and it gives a shape like a cave. That's why these are known as sea caves. Next feature is the sea arches. Sea arch, here only the roof of the sea cave remaining. Due to erosional work of the sea waves, the remaining part of the sea cave gets eroded and only the roof remains. It forms an arc-shaped feature which is known as the sea arch. Stacks. Now stacks, these are the remaining walls of the sea arch. When water eroded the upper portion of the arc, it gives way to the standing features. These standing features are known as the stacks. Stumps. When these stacks get eroded by the sea waves regularly, then their height reduces. These reduced height stacks are known as the stumps. The sea beaches. Sea beaches are formed by the deposition of the sand, gravels and pebbles by the sea. When sea water pushes the sand, gravels and rock pieces to the shore, it gives way to the formation of sea beaches. You might have seen some sea beaches in Mumbai or Goa or at Gujarat or some other places. Next are the sandbars. Sandbars are the depositions of sand and gravels on the sea floor a little away from the coast. These are narrow depositions of sand in between the sea. These are known as sandbars. Next are the lagoons. Now, lagoons are an enclosed saltwater lake between the coast and the sea. When deposition takes place because of the activity of the waves, when sea wave deposits some material in between the sea water, at that time some areas of water get separated from the main sea, and those areas are filled with the sea waves. Water is filled with the sea waves. So these are the saltwater lakes. In India, Lake Chilka is the largest seawater lake and it is famous for its migratory birds. Next are the landforms formed by the glaciers. Now we know that what are glaciers? Glaciers are the rivers of moving snow. So glaciers also make various landform features in the higher altitudes. First feature formed by the glacier is the snow line. This is the snow line. So the height at which permanent cover of snow exists. Here the snow never melts. These snow lines are covered with water throughout the year. Next are the snow fields. The snow fields spread over a vast higher altitude area. In the higher mountains where area is covered by snow throughout the year, that vast stretches of land which are covered with snow are known as snow fields. Next is the glacier. Glacier is a slow moving river of ice. When ice moves from upper parts toward the down parts, this forms like a feature of a river and is known as glaciers. Next is U-shaped valley. As a river makes V-shaped valley, glaciers make a U-shaped valley. The erosion of valley floor resulting a flat bottom vertically with sloping side. When river of snow move from one place to another place, it erodes the bed of the mountain, and as snow is heavy, so the riverbed gets eroded and give way to this U-shaped valley. are a semicircular basin caused by the erosive action of a glacier. When glacier erode the rock material into a large area, it makes a shape of semicircle, and this semicircle shaped feature is known as a cirque. Now, near the cirque, trans are also made. When these deep depressions are filled by the water, then at that time mountain lake is formed, and that mountain lakes are known as the trans. A mountain lake formed by the melting of a glacier, that cirque is filled with water, and that is known as trans. So, next feature which is formed by glacial activity are moraines. These are accumulated earth and stone deposits by a glacier. When glacier move down, due to the warmer climate, the snow starting melting, and because of the water mixed with the snow, it cuts the rock pieces also, and those rock pieces get accumulated at the sides. So this give away to the moraines. These features which are formed by the accumulation of sand, silt, clay and stone is known as moraines. Next are the landforms formed by the wind. Landforms which are formed by wind. These landforms are formed in the desert areas. First feature which is formed in desert areas are the sand dunes. These are the deposition of sand particles in the form of low hills. When wind moves, then particles of soil are lifted from one place to another place, and when the speed of the wind reduces, at that time these particles settle down and form low hills. Next feature which is formed in the desert areas are the barchans. These are crescent shaped sand dunes in the deserts due to consistent direction of wind. When wind start moving from one direction only, at that time the wind erodes the one part or one side of the sand dune, and this feels like a crescent shaped moon direction. So wind moves from one direction and erode only one side of the sand dune. These sand dunes are known as crescent shaped sand dunes or barchans. Next are the loess. These are the deposition of fine particles of dust and soil far away from desert in humid regions. When wind moves and soil particles are moved from one place to another, when the speed of the wind reduces, at that time it deposits the soil particles in far away places where humidity is high, and that eroded dust particles form the soil cover in a large area. Next feature formed are the mushroom rocks. Narrow based and broad tops of rock. You can see the top of the rock is broad and bottom of the rock is narrow. These rocks are formed due to the erosive action of wind at the bottom of the rock. When heavy particles of soil gets rubbed with the lower part of the rocks, at that time they cut the lower parts of the rock. So erosive action takes place only at the bottom of the rock. So it gives way to the mushroom shaped rocks. So hope you understand the lesson well. Thank you.